On ABC Victoria, this is Mornings. As we were just discussing, there's new laws coming into effect to ban the Nazi swastika. And that's been hailed as a triumph for Victoria by the chairperson of the Anti-Defamation Commission. Dvir Abramovich says he hopes other states will now follow Victoria's lead. And Dvir is with us now. Good morning.
Good morning, Jonathon. Good to be with you.
Now, do you remember, and I'm sure you do, but this case of a Nazi flag being flown at Beulah?
Yes, we actually broke the story some years ago. And let me just say that I would be lying if I didn't say that I was weeping tears of joy today. Because this is a day for the history books. And it's a resounding victory for decency. And I think anyone who has supported this law and will be supporting this law is on the side of the angels. This is really a triumphant and uplifting moment for every Victorian.
Are you worried about a rise in anti-Semitism and kind of neo-Nazism in Victoria?
Oh, look, over the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years, we have witnessed an explosion of hatred. We've seen a resurgent and emboldened neo-Nazi movement here in Victoria, taking their online activity into the real world. This is a campaign of intimidation and harassment, and they're making their evil presence felt. And this is just one way for us to push back against this evil. And let me just say that this introduction of this bill, it's a blow to the solar plexus of the white supremacists. They're determined to keep Hitler's legacy alive. They would love nothing more than to put people like myself in the gas chambers. But it's also, I think, a strike against hatred, bigotry, and racism. And I think we should all be very, very proud.
Are you surprised, though, that it has taken this long, that we've got to this point in 2022 and these laws, are being introduced to state parliament today to make the intentional display of the swastika in public a crime with fines of up to $22,000 or 12 months in jail? And then that comes into force later this year. Why has it taken this long?
Well, look, when I started this personal crusade 5 years ago, I was told by everyone that it wouldn't happen. But I never lost faith that this momentous occasion will come to pass. And to me, it's better late than never, because today, I say to every Victorian, the values of democracy, equality, and freedom are ringing loud throughout the state. And I'm really hopeful, as I've repeatedly called for other states to follow suit, and to really strike a blow against white supremacists and neo-Nazism. And can I just say that this decision honors the memory of the 6 million Jews and millions of others that were murdered by the Nazis. It's a tribute to the Holocaust survivors, but also to the valiant diggers who gave their lives to defeat the Third Reich and Hitler. So I think this is a day of rejoicing and celebration.
And, I mean, we know that Victoria and Melbourne in particular became a refuge for a lot of Jewish people escaping Europe after the Holocaust. What does it mean to those people and to relatives of those people that this flag has been banned from public display?
Yeah, well, when a Holocaust survivor or their descendants are faced with Nazi swastika vandalism or a poster or a billboard that's been defaced, it is as threatening as being faced with a gun. It has a hole in their hearts. It is intimidating. It takes them back to the unimaginable terrors that they suffered during the Nazi regime. So for them, it's a thunderous sign by the government, by the community, that they are locking arms, they're standing shoulder to shoulder with them. But above all, that neo-Nazism that didn't die in the bunker with Hitler will never find a refuge and a safe haven in Victoria. Again, this is a momentous occasion, and I look forward to attending Parliament soon when the law is passed and enshrined in law.
Well, look, thank you for your time and your thoughts today. Dvir Abramovich from the Anti-Defamation Commission, and he was talking about his campaign to get the swastika banned from public display for years now. But part of what I think tipped the government over the edge to legislate against the public display of Nazi flags is that incident of a Nazi flag being flown in Beulah. And the Premier then described that as disgusting. And so the result is today that the legislation to ban the display of Nazi flags is going through the state parliament, and the law will come into effect later in the year, which will mean that you can be fined up to $22,000 or face 12 months in jail for flying a Nazi flag.
On ABC Victoria, this is Mornings.